And yes, you are tuned into Risky Radio with Icarice. Tune in now on hot7025fm.com. Risky Radio. So real. So sexy. It's risky. Risky Radio with your host, Curry.
All right. You guys are tuned in to Risky Radio with Icarice. This is where real meets sexy and sexy meets dangerous. You can get in the conversation by following us on Instagram and Twitter at risky_radio. And don't forget, you can get in the conversation each and every day by going to our Risky Radio with Icarice group on Facebook. As we do each and every Tuesday, we deliver the shady ass tea. Sir, what's the tea?
Am I coming in clear?
I think we can hear you. We clear.
Can you hear me in the back?
Way in the back, you locked in.
Got it. So I need to first and foremost, I have a question. I listened to the intro where sexy means dangerous. Which one of us is dangerous? You're dangerous? That means I'm sexy.
I think we could both be sexy and dangerous.
Okay,
right?
I was trying to see, because if sexy meeting dangerous here, I would say I would like to be dangerous. I would like to put my ballot in to be dangerous.
I think it could be both in real life.
Okay.
Though I think you're good.
Both can be true. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna come back to reality.
So we're both sexy and dangerous for those of you who are just now tuning in. Listen, thank you guys for tuning in to us. We do have a special guest today. We have Mr. Ray from Love and Hip Hop, also former castmate from College Hill. And he wrote a book, and we're going to talk about that later on in the show. But right now, we are spilling some shady ass tea. Those of you, again, who are listening live on Facebook and on YouTube, go ahead and click that share button. Tell your friends about us. And, we'll spill this tea before we get to the guests. So what's good?
Okay, so I need to update this Tiny and T.I. situation.
Ooh, hell.
Look, if I had So, the update now is that the lady, there's a couple different updates. The lady is saying, Sabrina, I can't remember her name. I know her name is Sabrina, is saying that T.I. assaulted her and there was 30 other women he assaulted. Allegedly.
Are we saying 30? Are we saying 30 or because I read 15? Or we gonna call a number a number?
We're going 15. We're gonna say 15.
Okay.
I like a lower number anyway for T.I. So we're gonna call it 15. So she's saying she posted on her social media all these women who are allegedly saying that they did these things. They are flat out denying. Their lawyer put out a statement. I'm gonna read you the statement their lawyer put out because he said this is absolutely not the case. The lawyer says Mr. and Mrs. Harris want to be on record, and more importantly, want the public to know they emphatically deny in the strongest way possible the egregiously appalling allegations being made against them by Sabrina Peterson. The Harrises have had difficulty with this woman for well over a decade. They are taking this matter very seriously, and if these allegations don't end, they will take appropriate legal action. So, Sabrina Peterson is alleging these sexual assaults, alleging these people are that Tiny and T.I. are little Cosbys, drugging people up and forcing them to have sex. I'm gonna say this, and I feel like I'm speaking for a lot of people. Don't nobody got to force somebody to have sex with T.I. You know what I'm saying?
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure nobody. If T.I.'s not forcing people to have sex with him, I don't think nobody forced somebody to have sex with Tiny.
Are you saying like there's no way
No,
someone?
I'm not saying that there's no way. I'm
Are you
saying
saying that they're good catches? Are you saying they're good catches? So yes, of course, someone would sleep with them.
I'm saying
Because
people
I
are
know
lining.
to smash Ti.
Yes,
Goodbye. I'm gonna drink my
people are
expedient
listen,
expeditiously. We about to close
expeditiously.
the case on it. We're gonna have to
No, no,
close
no,
the
no.
case
Hold
on
on,
this
hold on.
I can't
Look,
drive.
there's people. I now I don't believe I'm in a court of public.
So are you there? We got you frozen a little bit.
Uh-oh. Am I there?
You're back in the game right
Can you
now.
hear me?
We can hear you. So listen, I'm gonna go ahead and keep talking. We'll get Sir back on this thing real quick. But listen, I don't know. I don't see anybody lining up to go smash Ti. It's personally not my preference. I mean, but I'm sure it's a lot of people who like Ti, and I just ain't one of them.
Yes. Am I back? Am I moving? Am I still
You back? I mean, you're
okay?
still a little
Because
bit frozen. We don't know what your Wi-Fi
I
doing out there in Houston, but we got to get you right and tight.
here's the killer thing. I'm directly connected into the router. I don't use Wi-Fi.
Oh, so we trying to say it's my Wi-Fi? Is that what we're trying to say? Is that what we're trying to do?
I, I'm trying to say I don't do wireless fidelity. I need my fidelity to be connected. You know what I'm saying? I need to
All
be.
right.
I need my connections to be faithful.
Okay, so what you're saying is that Ti definitely has people lining up to smash him, which I believe the same thing with the Cosby. You know what I mean? But this is the thing.
Yes.
Yes, Bill. Yes. Okay, so this is the thing: is that do I think that they drugged someone to have sex with them? My personal opinion, I don't believe that that was the case. Do I think that they had Molly and X and all of this other shit, cocaine or whatever else people do? What kind of drugs? I don't know. I don't do drugs. But do I think that they had that
Mhm.
on hand and then decided they
Yes.
wanted to have gatherings amongst,
Yes.
you know, the two of them
Consenting
plus?
adults.
Yes.
All I'm saying is if okay, so here's the thing about this, and I will allow the case to be closed. I'll hit the gavel. We can get out of the courtroom. I don't believe this. The T national. Can you hear me?
We got a real bad connection. I'm gonna have you log out real quick, but we'll go ahead and talk to the people and see what the good word is. But so we're talking about right now, we're spilling the shady ass tea. Sorry, got some technical difficulties, but he'll be right back. But listen, this is the thing. Is that I don't think personally with Ti and Tiny that they said, "Hey, we go slip these drugs in these girls or guys." I don't know how they get down, however they live. We're gonna slip these drugs into their drink, and then we go have our way with them. Do I believe that that's what happened? No. Do I think that maybe they solicited some other people to come in and turn up and get a little sexual or whatever they was doing? Yes. And do I think that maybe they had some things on hand that helped them get the party started? Yeah. So now, do I believe the gun was put on Sabrina's head? Do I think that Ti, this was alleged to, do I believe that Ti went and put this gun up against this lady's head so that maybe she could stop beating up his assistant? I don't know. I think that could have definitely been the case. So, that's the word on the street with that. Listen, we're trying to get Sir back on here, but we are delivering some shady ass tea up in at about 7:30. We got Mr. Ray from Love and Hip Hop. He's going to be tapping in with us. He has a new book coming out called Mess in the Message, and I heard that it's going to be spilling a whole lot of tea, y'all. And I really can't wait to hear this because goodness. And we got some risky ass questions for him as well, because I want to know what's going on with Love and Hip Hop. I want to know what happened with this whole fight situation that he had going on. It's a lot. I got a whole lot of questions. So I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. Do me a favor, if you're listening live right now on Facebook or if you're on YouTube, go ahead and click that share button one time for the one time, and then tell your friends about us. And we're gonna get back into this shady ass news real quick. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, y'all. Who we got out here? Let's see. We got some comments popping up here. Right. That's right, Mike. Shit is a good word for what's happening right now. We can't get Sir's camera connected, so we're gonna let him work on that real quick. Wait a minute. So Teresa says that Tip can get it any day. First of all, you about 2 times the size of TIP, okay? About two times the size. I'm not saying that Ti isn't handsome. I'm just saying, how does that go work out exactly? She says she go smash that thing. I can not wait. Are y'all really into Ti like this? Child, I cannot. Nora Karma said she smashed. But this is the question. Is that will you stand in line to smash? Would you know what I mean? Or would they have to slip something in your drink for you to smash him and Tiny? See what I'm saying here? So we're waiting for Sir to get back on here. We can't see his camera yet, so we are trying to get him in this thing. In the meantime, in between time, we will go ahead and get into some more shady ass tea real quick. So listen, did you guys read this story about this rapper who killed his cousin yesterday? Ciao, listen. It was some breaking news. Shout out to the Morningwood content team who spilled the tea. But so allegedly, dude was riding with his cousin, and in turn got allegedly killed his own cousin. So I'm really trying to figure out what the heck is going on with this. It's not a good look right now. Let me pull up this story real quick. I'm sorry, y'all. We had to improvise because we had some technical difficulties. So stand by real quick while we go ahead and get into some of this information. But did you guys hear that story about the rapper? I think his name was Stilo. Let me see. Let me look it up real quick. But he was arrested yesterday for allegedly killing his own cousin. Okay. I don't think that it could get that deep for me to kill my own cousin. Now, some of my cousins ain't shit, ain't gonna be shit. And that's what it is, and that's how I feel about it. But I don't think that that I would probably kill him. You know what I mean? One thing, real quick, that I want to switch over to, because I know we're going to come back to that story. But R. Kelly's pal pleads guilty to trying to bribe a witness. So Kells is still out here with his friends out here on trial and trying to get these witnesses to go in his favor, this is the part of the whole thing that has been going on this whole entire time. So I don't know why people would be surprised why this is brand new, but it looks like a co-defendant of the R&B singer was an alleged, sex abuser. His name is he was actually named in this bribery case. This was actually happened earlier today. So an associate pled guilty Tuesday to trying to silence one of the singer's accusers by offering her hundreds of thousands of dollars. So where R. Kelly getting this from? Y'all still streaming R. Kelly music? That's how y'all paying this man? Like seriously, it's not a go. Okay. So the quote was, "Me and another person offered Jane Doe money for her to not go forward with a complaint or testimony against Robert Kelly. Richard Arlene Jr., who was the accused, admitted during the virtual hearing in Brooklyn that I knew what I did was wrong." So he essentially pled hella guilty to that. And that's the word on the street. All right, so let's see what else other news we got going on here, y'all. Thank you for being patient with us. We got some technical difficulties with Sir, so we're trying to get him back on here in just a minute. All right, so another story that we came across too was we had 3 arrested after a Louisiana man allegedly hired a hitman to murder his niece that he was accused of raping. Y'all, child, this right here is too much. So this is the word. The sex offender who hired 2 men to kill his niece. Obviously, they found out he was accused of raping. It got a little bit nasty when there was a surprise. Alleged shooter instead was gunned down by his sister and the sister's neighbor. Okay, so they ain't playing with y'all in Louisiana. So word on the street is dude was on trial. They were trying to off the girl that accused him of rape, and he hired a hitman. And the word on the street is this dude went and got gunned down by the neighbor and the girl's sister. So it's a lot of mess out there. It's a lot of mess going on out there, y'all. Hey, listen, we'll take a quick break, and we gonna get back with Sir here in just a second. We'll get some music on for y'all. So stand by me.
Vibe in FM sound, blazing today's hip hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire.
All right, all right. We are back live. What's up, y'all? What's up, sir?
Hey. Okay.
The internet won't let you be great today because you still not great because we cannot hear you. So I will snatch you up out of this thing real quick. You sound like you underwater, bro. I don't know what's going on here, but I ain't got time for the shenanigans. Okay, so I'm gonna have you fix that real quick. We got a special guest that's coming through. I'm gonna have you get that going. And man, listen. So shout out to this fella, okay? Because first of all, he's pretty handsome. He's pretty sweet, super humble. And I know, you know what? I don't know. Should I say humble? I don't. We gonna find out here in a second. But listen, I am super excited to have Mr. Ray in the building with us today. Man, listen. Shout out to you. You looking all handsome. I see you.
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing, boo? How's it going?
It's Taco Tuesday in LA. So I just actually got offline. I'm in grad school online. Shout out to Virginia State University.
Hey,
Just got out of class, and then after I finish with you, we're gonna do Taco Tuesday.
okay, Taco Tuesday. So does that come with like a lot of tequila shots?
A lot of tequila and a lot of tacos, for me at least.
Oh, shit. Listen, we have Taco Tuesday here. There's this taco shop that's inside of a strip club, right? They got
Oh,
$5 1942 shots, and won't he do it?
$5.
$5. Five. You gotta say it
See,
like that. Five.
I'm about to come to Vegas and take a nap.
And we will definitely welcome you back. So I want to thank you too. So shout out to you, those of you who came to my Funny Bones live. We did a live taping here a couple years ago, and Mr. Ray was
Yes.
definitely one of the hosts. And I'm super
That was
excited.
spur of the moment, by the way. I had no idea I was doing it. They was like, "Oh, you on TV? Can you host? Did I do okay? Did I do
You
good?"
did. You did great. You did great. And you know what though? I was expecting I don't you know what's funny is that I think that people see you on TV and they expect for you to be like, a little bit like put off a little bit, like you're a little bougie or something. You know what I mean? But I was pleasantly surprised. Like we sat down together, we watched the show together, we
Mhm.
took some selfies and it was just chill and I appreciate you for being you. I'm gonna bring in my co-host. Let's see if he got his life together over here real quick. Sir, you in this thing? We can't see you now. You know what? This
Oh,
this
his
ain't gonna let us.
Wi-Fi is acting up.
Oh, chat. Listen, and shout out to Sir. Sir broadcast live from from Houston, and we usually have
Okay.
no technical difficulty. So I don't know what kind of energy you done brought up over here, Mister Ray, but we got time.
he's he's scared. He's scared. He might come across something he like in this conversation.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Sir. Sir went to Southern University. Of course, we
Oh,
know they had College Hill over there, and at that
they
time,
were the first season. Unfortunately, I didn't get to
yeah,
see it because BET never reruns it.
that's interesting, isn't it? Let's talk about College Hill real quick because
Yeah.
so one of my friends here, whose name is Maurice Andrews. Okay,
From the
so
intern.
right, and I was actually going to have him do a pop up here, and I said, hey. You cool to do a pop up and say, hey? He was like, I don't know. I think we got a little bit of beef. So I got questions. Was there some beef, or you just don't even?
Let me just give y'all a little bit of tea. So College Hill has not been officially announced as being rebooted by BET, but there is talk all over the blogs And it kind of goes back to the pandemic when we were all just basically had a lot of time on our hands. And honestly, with the show being off the air for my season almost 15 years now, we're grown. We got kids. Some people are married. Everybody's into their careers and what they're doing. So, I mean, and honestly, College Hill hasn't been on since 2009, but it has a super strong cult following, and they're always tagging us or grouping us together in pictures or throwbacks, asking BET for it to come back. So we actually have a College Hill thread that we all are on Instagram. So we have in the DM, we all are on one big thread. So it got the ball rolling for us to do that video challenge we did, and it was good to get it. But with that thread, it comes a lot of old memories and a lot of old
Ooh.
animosity. So the
I
argument
need
that
to wait.
happened,
I need to know. I need to know. So, so since we're talking about animosity and all of that good stuff, like, tell
I
me,
don't
like,
have any animosity with anybody from College Hill. Okay, let me tell you something. That chapter ended with me in 2006. I'm currently working on a whole different show. The argument that happened that Maurice was mentioned between two other girls from two totally different seasons, and one knew something about the other that the other one didn't know it had happened, and she was in her feelings and brought Maurice in the chat because he originally was not in the chat.
oh,
And I guess she put him on the spotlight. She said this, and it was a lot. Because a lot of this stuff that went on, I was around for because I was like the College Hill like mascot. Like I knew everybody from every cast pretty much. Like everybody's gonna come to LA and visit at one point, so I've met just about everybody.
everybody.
Um,
So, speaking of you being the College Hill mascot, I was watching a video
oh,
of
let's
you.
let's not say mascot. We're not gonna say mascot. I'm the face.
The, okay, we can say the face. Speaking of being the
Yeah.
face, okay, so you being the face, I did see a video of you talking about wrapping it up. Okay, so you were the spokesperson for BET's Wrap It Up, right?
Campaign. Yeah, wrap it up campaign. That
So,
was like,
I
ooh,
child like
2007,
along.
2008. Lord.
So I got questions. You still
Yes.
wrapping it up every time?
You see, I'm still here healthy, right?
Oh, you know what? Listen, we don't
Okay.
be going around. Don't be going around
Listen,
in my answers.
listen, I'm not dying for no dick. So, yes, it
Oh,
gets
you
wrapped
better
up
say.
if it needs to be used, okay?
You better say. You better say that. Oh, speaking of, Dick. So are you dating or what's going on?
It's a lot of things happening in Mr. Ray's personal life. It's a lot of great things. There's no negativity. I'm very open and honest with everybody. I have a lot of friends. Some a little bit more. Some friends have other roles than some don't have those same roles. But there's no rings here. There's no tattoos here. I ain't got a chastity belt on either. So
You better say it. See, for me,
okay.
I'm polyamorous, so I believe in having multiple love partners, and with the consent of everyone involved. So like I'm
I
okay with
feel the
telling people what it
I
is.
I feel the same way, but the Aries in me takes over after like two or three tequila shots. This old bitch, it better just be me.
See, oh, so you really don't even want a polyamorous situation. You want to be a polygamist. You want to have multiple husbands or boyfriends, whatever we go call them.
I just want everybody to know they role. That's all I want.
You know what? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing all 2021 for sure. So listen, earlier this year, everybody was locked down on quarantine and all that good stuff. And then we had some episodes of, Love and Hip Hop airing and things like that. And then I heard you on a podcast with B. Scott. And
Hmm.
um, so this was my thing is that I thought that B. Scott was a little bit. He had a little bit of shade in the voice, okay. And I appreciated you being so classy to push through the things that he was saying. And I love B. Scott.
I love him dearly. Yes.
I listen to his podcast weekly. I used to listen to him, when he was on satellite radio and all of that good stuff. So I love B. Scott. It's no harm, no foul. I just thought there was a little bit of shade in that
Uh,
particular interview.
the
And
fun
it had to
thing.
go
the
ahead.
No, the fun thing about B Scott is we actually go back to 2006 when he first launched his blog, when he was just, he had curly hair, Brandon from North Carolina. We go back, we genuinely have a long history, Oprah and Gail friendship, like relationship. We've had our
Okay.
ups and we've had our downs, more ups than downs, I would say. And we have our conversations off, off record, and we can just chat about housewives, or we talk about, people in the industry we know, or just little gossiping things we hear. Because he and I do have a lot of friends in common, and we just don't promote that. And I don't promote a lot of my personal friendships like that because I don't think it's necessary. Like, I'm not friends with you for clout. And trust me, if I wanted something on the blog, I know who I'm calling.
Listen,
And
why did I see your Instagram post today talking about I'm friends with the ones y'all pay? Ooh, child. I was like, okay.
I don't want to be a blog girl. I've never been interested in being on the blog. The few times my name has been up there that I've seen it is never it's nothing ever positive on blogs. Like, you don't see, like, every day you see the same three people, but it's always something negative. They bankrupt, they broke, they cheat, they got
Ooh.
lied on, they getting cussed out. Like, it's nothing ever positive. So I'm not pressed to be a blogger. Being that I used to be one myself,
Uh-huh.
I'm not pressed. And with all these blogs like the Shade Room and the Neighborhood Talk, Gossip, Jasmine Brand, I know all these people in real life. So you're not gonna see nothing about me on there. Something does happen to split up. But honestly, I just live. I'm very chill. Anybody knows me. I have a life, have a good time. Now I will let you know who the f I am if I need to. But for the
Ooh.
most part, I'm a chill person. I keep good energy around me. I keep good people around me. I love God and I love to have a good time. So as far as I'm concerned, that's not blog worthy.
Not at all. And you know what? And sometimes you got to keep. Sometimes I'm a fan of having people I date or people I hang out with sign non-disclosure agreements. I'm here for it. We can go ahead and sign this electronic document here before we move any further. And so I'm a fan of that. So I think that could be something that's keeping you out of trouble too, because I know you have a PR company, and I
I
know you
do.
know about all of this stuff. And
Mhm.
so listen, one quick question I have before we talk about your PR company, because I think that's
Mhm.
super, super important, is
Mhm.
that this is something I've been thinking about as well. So why do you think that the only openly gay black men so happen to play on predominantly black reality TV? Like, why is it that we don't see this in a broader, you know, platform? Like, why is it
Um, I'm 50-50 with this question, and I'm glad you asked. I do believe that there are black men all across the board on shows. It's just that the black men that are on the mainstream shows, they act this color.
ooh,
And I'm gonna leave
you
that
know
right
what?
there.
Mm,
And I'm gonna
mm,
leave
mm,
that
mm.
right there. And it annoys me when they use them to represent us. And I'm gonna leave
And
that
you
there.
okay? Well, you said what you said. So I
But
mean,
I do
I
want to. But I do want to say back to what you were saying in terms of having friends. One reason why I don't have issues and my you never hear about me arguing with my friends online. I don't fall out with my friends. I've had the same group of friends. I'm still friends with my friends from middle school, high school, college, after college, prior to loving hip hop. I have the same group. You can go on my social media from Facebook to Instagram. You'll see the same lineup of people. It doesn't really change with me like that. And I'm proud to say that I still have those same friends. They know me better than anyone. And if I am getting out of line or things are getting a little too crazy, those are the people I hear from first before it even gets to somewhere else. You know?
right, absolutely.
Hmm.
And I think that sometimes your friends got to keep you in check.
Hmm.
Sometimes, like, you know what, that Ray, that wasn't it. Okay,
Yeah, and it,
we're
I
not
got a
we're not
girlfriend
doing
named
that.
Marcy. My girlfriend Marcy will call me in a minute and be like, listen, don't post that no more. Don't say that again."
Listen, speaking of posting, and then after that, we getting into your PR stuff.
Okay.
Uh, okay, listen, what's up with all these fine ass men that you have on your Instagram? Okay, and all are
Listen,
they
the
all
girl
and are
lost
they
some
all
weight and
gay
the
or
boys
what?
came out. The girl lost some weight and the boys came out.
I
Okay.
see. I see,
No.
and then too, I saw you advertising. Like I remember you going through a transition with your hair and things like that. And I thought that it was so important for you to do that because like it's so many men and their hair like it's worse than like some things women go through with like weight gain or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it's serious.
I
So
went through a
I
really
appreciate.
bad depression with that. I mean, a lot of
Yeah,
people, I mean, I carried it very well in public. I was dealing with it before we started filming, before it even aired. I knew it was going to air. So there wasn't a big shock for me as it was everyone else because I had to look at that at least a year before it was actually on camera and on television. So I had already accepted it and dealt with it. I was taking, a lot of people didn't, there's different types of alopecia. And I wasn't fully aware, a lot of Black folks, we don't like to go to the doctor like that outside of what
Right.
routines, outside of what the routine stuff was. And me,
Right.
I'm diagnosing myself. Oh, it's stress. Oh, I'm allergic to sulfate. Oh,
Not
this
the
is the
Google. Not
wrong
the
brand.
Google.
you know,
Not the Google.
I'm self-diagnosing myself to the point where my hair actually fell out in total, maybe back in 2014. It happened once
Mhm.
before, and I had a different job. Then I was working in DC, and it was stress. I just thought it was stress. And so
Right.
when it started happening again, it actually started happening towards the end of the first season I filmed for Love and Hip Hop. So season 4 is when I first noticed the spots in the back of my head, and I'm like, oh my God, is that a cowlick? Like, am I sleeping crazy? Is my hair too long? What's going on? So I was
Mhm.
shaving it close, and it started spreading in different areas. And so by season 5, I got the braids to cover up my alopecia. A lot of people didn't notice that I popped up with braids one day, and I got
Mhm.
those braids to cover up my hair and those bald spots that was popping up in the back that I just could not figure out why it was like that. To the point where my hair started falling out on top now, not just the sides. And I would wake up in the morning and different braids would be gone. So I eventually had to take the braids out. So if you notice in the middle of that season, I went from having braids to just having a hat on. And
Mhm.
then totally to where it fell out all the way. Um, it fell out all the way going into season 6. So this is my third season now. So I've been dealing with this for 3 years before it finally caught up to me and was visible. Like my eyebrows fell out, my beard was gone, the mustache was gone. I mean, I didn't know who I was when I looked in the mirror, and I wasn't
Yeah.
exaggerating when I said that. I didn't know who I was, and so then I finally went to the doctor, went to the dermatologist, went to the doctor, got everything checked. I said, "Bitch, I'm not trying to die today." And I got on some steroid treatments, and the steroids is what blew me up. You saw my face was big, man, everything was big. Like I just looked like a walking blimp, and I just was not happy. I was in a crazy relationship, and the show, as you saw, that season 6 was crazy. Um,
Crazy.
and I'm just knowing in my mind
And
that,
if you
oh my
don't
God,
slap the shit out of if you don't slap the shit out of him next time, I swear I'm gonna come over there and
oh
slap him myself.
no,
Listen, we gonna let
you
him rest.
never. That slap was definitely interesting. I will tell you this much, in all honesty, and A1 and I have a group. It's all good between us because we were friends prior to that. I had been drinking for like 9 hours on set prior to that moment happening. So when it happened, I did not feel it, but I felt the force of it. If that
Uh-huh.
makes any sense. Like
Right.
I saw my hat fly up, and then I looked up because I'm tipsy. If you look at me during that whole conversation, they edited around me because I was wobbling because I was sitting on the edge of the couch and I was drunk. So that's why I kept sitting there like, what? What was y'all saying? I didn't even know what the argument, half of the argument was. So when that happened, and then I popped up, and you see me standing on the other side of the room, and he's standing on the thing, and by then I snapped into it. And I'm like, all right, bitch, I ain't drunk no more. You just put your hands on me. Now I'm gonna tell you business. Now I'm gonna really say what I know.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give you a
Right.
reason to slap me now, bitch. But
Right.
that's really how that went. And I look back now, and I'm like, I was drunk as hell in that scene. Like I remember that we had been drinking all day. Because if anybody knows from Love and Hip Hop, those little 3-minute scenes really be like 5, 6, 7, sometimes 9 hours, depending on how much of us is in the scene. And there was a whole fashion show before that, a whole little mini concert Zell did. There was some other stuff that went on that didn't even air. And then that was literally the last 30 minutes of a 9-hour shoot. So I was good and sauced. So
But you
I
know
didn't
what
feel
though?
it.
The thing is that sometimes you want to react to things, but I think that it was appropriate for you not to have reacted because something wrong with him.
Well,
Okay, and that's
I
all.
mean, for one, that scene was a total setup. I mean, none of my friends were there. Apple wasn't there. Brittany wasn't there. My girlfriend Trisha Anna was there, but she, conveniently got it squirted out, and I had to go outside, take her to her car, bring her back in. But everybody told around, fuck Team Ray. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like that. But that's what comes with the territory. That's what makes Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip Hop. I still can't believe 3 seasons, three seasons in 5 years or 4 years later. Now I'm still here, still on the show. So yeah, it's interesting. We should be starting back soon. I can't tell y'all too much because I don't know who's watching.
right? I'm. And did you guys film during quarantine?
There were a select few who did film during quarantine. They went to
Okay.
Arizona. They had to quarantine prior to Arizona, and I believe they quarantined in Arizona before they filmed. But they went and did the family reunion special, and I believe there's a couples thing coming on as well. But no, I was not a part of that. No, I was in Atlanta and I was working during the pandemic.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, thank you for spilling all of that tea. I definitely wanted to check in and see what was going on with that. My co-host, sir, you in the building? We got you live in action.
Can you hear me?
We
Yes.
can hear you way in the back. We got you,
Jesus!
sir.
Ha, ha!
Won't he do
Bro,
it? Won't
shit
he
came
do
in a hot. Jesus. I mean,
it? So, Ray, this is Sir. Sir is my cousin and my co-host. He's broadcasting live from Houston, Texas. You know, they don't
What's
care
going
nothing about Rona,
on?
Rona down there.
I was over here about to die. You know what I'm saying? I was on the ground rolling around. I was like, look, what is it? Oh, Jesus.
My
How are
hair
you?
looks really good on here. I just want to
It
show this
does. You know what?
hair.
Right. And,
Look,
and listen,
I want y'all to see my scalp because somebody asked me that I have a hair piece.
You
right.
better,
And
you better spread that
so,
hair out. Let them know this is real. These curls are
Yeah.
real.
so I
I've
wanted to
lost
say,
I lost weight
you
because of the
looking
pandemic.
good.
I can't wear no wig. I sweat too much for that.
But you know what? You shared some of your hair care, that you did to, for your hair growth and whatever. But I am such an advocate of going to a dermatologist because, and I haven't even told anybody this. Like I had a situation where I had like a little patch too, and I was like, oh wait, hold the fuck on.
Oh,
And I went right
see?
to the dermatologist, and they gave me something, and it ended up clearing it, right away. But who knows? It could have been stress. It could have been something that's curable. So a lot of people who look like us out here with all these
Mm-hmm.
patches on their head or just shaving their heads instead of just going to the dermatologist because they scared to go to the damn doctor.
Well, one thing I did learn from announcing and being so well received and got so much support. I mean, from brown people, white people, Mexican people, Chinese people. I mean, they was walking, they had two legs, they was reaching out to me, and so many people were battling with alopecia and dealing with it. And I didn't realize like how much of a toll it takes on you till you literally have no hair. I'm talking about not just not having no edges. I'm talking about no hair, no
Mhm.
eyebrows. Like, how do you explain to your date that you look like a 35-year-old 10-year-old? You know what I'm saying?
But
And
I
it
bet
really
you
does
still
take a
got
toll
dates
on me.
though.
Oh, of course. People saw things in me that I didn't see. I didn't see my strength. I didn't see my strength at the time. I just thought that
Right.
this was something I had to deal with, and I was like, "Well, Lord, you done took my eyebrows and my hair. So either I'm gonna wear a hat and look cute like the dream, or I'm gonna stay at home and be upset." You know?
Not the dream, not the dream. Sir, I know you have some questions for Mr. Ray, so I'll let you tap in on those real quick, and then we go talk about some.
Um, I really wanted to know, like, what did you learn about yourself? Just watching yourself back on TV. Like, I know you had to have like some self-reflective moments. Like, oh my God, like, what did you learn about yourself watching yourself?
Um, what did I learn about my just in general from when I started to now, or just more
I mean, yeah,
recently?
like, what did you learn about yourself on Love and Hip Hop? Or like, what informed your decision to even join Love and Hip Hop based on watching yourself on College Hill?
Well, College Hill Ray and Loving Hip Hop Ray are two different people. I was 20 years old then. I
Yeah.
was I was 19, 20 years old then, still in Virginia, and versus me now in Loving Hip Hop with an established career. I've worked in Hollywood. I've lived in Hollywood.
Mm,
Lived in Atlanta, lived in DC during this Obama's second administration. So I was pretty well versed. I had worked with several different networks, on camera, off camera, doing PR. And what I learned about myself from watching myself on camera versus off camera, I'm more of myself off camera than I am on camera. I hold back a lot, which is why a lot of times people are like, oh, Ray's messy and he's arrogant and he acts rude. No, bitch, I'm sitting here listening to all y'all look stupid, and I'm just trying to think of if the shade comes this way, what am I gonna say? That's not me being shady. That's not me being dumb. That's just me thinking
mm,
about what I'm finna say because I'm not finna say the
mm.
wrong thing on here. And nothing dies on the internet. Nothing ever dies on television. Like 15 years later, people are still sending me clips of me pouring Hennessy out from 2005. Like it doesn't go away. So me sitting
Right,
there
right.
making faces is not me being
Mhm.
shady. I'm really sitting there taking all this in, like, all right, bitch, it's coming this way. All right, get ready. You know?
Absolutely.
Because you
Absolutely.
gotta
And
be
I,
on your P's and Q's on Love and Hip Hop, because that shit goes fast.
right. So who's on the DL on Love and Hip Hop?
Honestly, in Hollywood, nobody. I can't
You know
speak
what,
for
Bob?
the I
I'm
can't speak
hanging
for the
up.
other cities. I can't
This
speak
interview
for the
over.
other cities. I can't speak for the other
Are,
cities. But I can say in
are
Hollywood,
we talking?
everybody pretty straight,
We talking
except for
about the
me.
AT and the L?
I'm not on that cast.
Listen, I have a completely random question for you, real
Give
quick.
it to me. Give it to
Uh,
me.
why do you think media bloggers did not respond to Keisha Cole and O2 Genesis picture of the cocaine that was on the table after the versus battle?
I didn't see that.
So
There's a
OT
picture
Genesis,
of Keisha. There's a picture of
OT
Keisha.
OT Genesis posted a picture of him and Keisha after the versus battle. Now,
That's a
let me
little
see if
bit.
it's still on. Let me see if it's still on his page. He posted a picture. So I'm gonna send you the picture.
Wait a minute. What did he post a picture of?
There's
A
a picture
picture
of
of them.
Keisha.
A picture of them, Keisha and OT, and on
She's
the
looking real bad.
table next to Keisha was 2 bags of cocaine, a rolled up bill, and some lean in a
Let me
bottle.
wait a minute. Let me make sure ain't nothing on my
So
table. I'm just joking.
Ah!
Wait a minute.
Indeed.
I'm looking
and
at this
that's
picture. I'm looking at this picture. Bitch, that's some ear pods. Don't try to do Keisha Cole like that. That looks like ear pods.
nope, nope.
Those are
Zoom
ear
in.
pods. Those
I'm
are
Zoom
gonna
in.
zoom in.
AirPods. Those are
Zoom
2
in.
Apple Pro AirPods.
Come on, Apple Pro.
Those
He
are
said
AirPods.
those are
Y'all
Apple
not, first
Pro.
of all, y'all not gonna do Keisha like that because you already see she
I love
came in
Keisha
already
Cole.
with a little. She came in a little
And
disturbed. But she had to get her
let
nerves
me let
together. She had to get her nerves together.
let
But
I
that
love
looks like AirPods to me.
what I'm gonna say this about Keisha Cole. I love Keisha Cole, and I think I don't want anything. I don't want to say nothing bad about her because I love her. I love Frankie. I love
She
Neffy.
Keisha will
I
be
had a dog named
surprised.
Scruffiteria. Okay, so I
Well,
love Neffy. I love Keisha Cole. My wife has a dog named had a dog named Scruffiteria, named after
scruff it.
Nefertaria.
You know what? Okay, I'm getting up.
Nah, come back. Come back. So when I say I love Keisha Cole, I stole her first album from Walmart. I stole it right out of Walmart.
First of
I was
all,
young. I was young. I was young then. I was a different sir then. I was stealing from Walmart then. I don't have to steal from Walmart. I can go and purchase then. Purchase
so
now.
this is the thing is that I think that on different media, bloggers, whatever it is, I feel like nobody ever talks about the cocaine when it has to do with somebody in LA. So my question is, what is that just part of LA? We gonna call it the cocaine.
I can't speak on people in that shit. You know, I don't know what people do. You know, those look like earpods to me. I'm just
Uh
saying,
huh.
those look like
Uh huh.
earpods. Um, I don't think you can post drugs on the internet, can you?
What do you mean?
I mean, by
A
accident, I guess you
blog,
can.
a
Oh, like
blog can't post drugs
You
from
can
the internet,
repost. You
right?
can repost. You can repost an Instagram photo that somebody left their
would
cocaine on
they
the
be like,
table.
would they be like posting
Well, first
titties
of all,
if you're posting art?
it might have been OT Genesis, because didn't he say he used to sell some to folks and stuff like that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I
But
don't
my
know.
so my thing is the thing is that I don't even know why he was there in the first place because he said to Keisha that I will sell your mama some crack. So I'm confused right now. But
That
anyway, we gonna
that
close
was
the case.
that was out of order. That I will say that much. That was out of order.
What,
Um,
hold on. Can we say this? If I
that was a
sold crack,
lot.
if I sold crack, if I was a crack dealer, I'm selling everybody crack. Your mama is not exempt from my
Oh,
crack sale.
nope.
I'm, I'm a
I
just.
think
Okay, now listen. What we're gonna do. Wait. Because I am Elite is my friend, so I do not want to discuss Frankie in that right now. Because
Yeah, I'm not talking about
Frankie has
Frankie.
been nothing but nice to me. Elite has been
I
nothing but
love
nice to
Frankie.
me.
I'm not talking
You
about Frankie. I'm
know,
just saying if I was a crack
hell, I came on Love and Hip Hop with Keisha Cole, season 4, but I just don't feel comfortable discussing that about them because again, that's somebody's. At the end of the day, that's somebody's mama, and I don't care what edit y'all seen about me. You talk about Cheryl, and it's gonna be you and me having a conversation. So I don't.
And you know what? I appreciate that. So my question essentially was, I wonder why, and we don't even have to answer this. I wonder why no one ever addresses this type of thing when it comes from LA, but I don't know. Maybe it's an LA thing. And I know it's a lot of people that probably, do what they do. But
I think each area has this thing it's known for. Like Atlanta is known for crab legs and Hennessy and hookah and weed, and you got lean in the South, and LA is pretty open and free with some of everything. So I mean, I just feel like if you don't actually see the person putting it to their mouth or their nose, if you don't see them ingesting it, I don't think you should, address
mind your business. In other words,
you don't see them ingest it, don't address it, and that's just what I have to say about
you know what? Bars. That's bars. Okay.
See, this is the rate y'all don't get on Love and Hip Hop. See, this is me in my I'm in my house. I'm relaxed.
Yes. I have a question for you. So I know you moved. You went to Virginia. You did your thing there, and you moved to LA. So what was that transition like? And do you think it contributed to you being on new shows and then you opening your own, companies? Like how did that, being in LA, is that because a lot of people move to LA because they want to be a star, that's the whole thing. But I know for you, I feel like your energy is you want to be more successful in other aspects rather than just, I want to be on TV. I think it's a different, I feel that different vibe for you.
I'm not interested in being a 50-year-old reality star arguing on TV. That's not my goal. This could possibly be my last show that I'm on because I'm still in the contract for, a certain amount of time. So I'm still here. But I have other goals and other aspirations, and I think I'm pretty vocal about that. I'll tell you this much. The backstory with me is LA is not new to me, and it's never been new to me. My mother is from Los Angeles, was raised here with my mother's side of the family. So since I've been born, I actually have my baby dedication out here in Pasadena, California. So like, I've been coming to LA every Christmas, summer, spring break, whenever we wasn't in school since I was born because my parents did divorce when I was at a very young age, and I talk about that in my memoir. So I've been back and forth to LA since I could even walk. A lot of my memories are here, So LA wasn't new to me when I finally came out here after I did College Hill. It was kind of I was cool with leaving Virginia, which was my comfort zone, coming to this comfort zone because my mother was here, my grandmother was here, my grandfather was still alive at the time that he was out here. Both of them HBCU grads as well, and my mother as well. I had a whole bunch of family. I had a whole other family out here that I didn't get to see as often as I did because I was in Virginia with my father and that side of the family. So LA wasn't new to me. I knew what to expect. I've seen all these places before. That now I'm old enough to actually go in these places. Because it wasn't new to me. I was prepared for this. I felt like this was what I was supposed to do. I felt like this is what I was called to do, to be on platforms, to be a voice for different types of people. And I was told that at a very young age before I even thought about leaving Virginia and being on TV. Like growing up in Virginia, even coming to LA for the vacations and whatnot to visit my mother and grandmother and this family. I always knew I would be here. I always knew I'd be doing this. I've always known that since I was a kid. And my mom, who I've recently reconnected with, she'll even tell you that when I was younger, I was always in front of the TV and emulated what I saw and making jokes and doing dances. And, this is what I was supposed to do. Reality TV just gave me my platform to start and something that I can always reference. So, yeah, I don't think TV made me. I think Ray made me and life made me. Me being in LA, fresh out of Virginia, out of college, 21 years old on national television, the first gay ever on BET, being a spokesperson for a community that I was brand new to. I mean, I had to learn so much so quick on top of me. Actually, while College Hill was still airing, I graduated Virginia State, came to LA, and I was actually working at BET. I had a desk and an email and an extension while my show was airing every Thursday at 9 o'clock. So, like, I went from talent to network corporate real quick. So it kind of plays with your head because you go from being talent to then now working for talent, and then I flip back and forth. I've always flipped back and forth between the both, which I think has given me an awesome insight for some things that I want to do in the future. So Ray taught Ray some things, and life taught me a lot more.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I think that that's thank you for sharing that because I know a lot of times people don't know what your backstory is. People just think, oh, you've been Hollywood or whatever, and although I've never gotten that vibe from you, and I appreciate
Mm-mm.
that. I know you have your own business. You are
Mm-hmm.
you are a successful entrepreneur. I want you to tell
Yes.
us about that. And then too, we'll talk about your journey and your memoir that you got coming up because I know it's a lot of tea that you've gained along this journey, and
Had to change
so
some
I want to
names
hear about
around. Entrepreneurship did not come easy to me because I was so used to just going into situations and contributing or taking it to the next level. So when I finally got tired of working for other people and wanted to work for myself, social status was the first thing I started with my former business partner because I knew so many people and I did PR and a lot of things back then. This was before brand management and all these other terms came up. I was doing all that for myself and I started doing it for my friends. And they were on other shows that were way bigger than what I was on, way bigger than who I was at the time. And I was working for them and making money. So a lot of times people are like, oh, I seen you in the Flavor of Love reunion audience, or I seen you in the Charm School audience. I was published for some of those girls on stage. I was getting paid. So, I was there, but I was also getting a check. I've always
it.
worked. I'm a good people person. People like me. There's a reason when I fall out with someone because you've done something to finally piss the Aries in me off. But with being an entrepreneur, I just wanted to make my own money, make my own schedule. I didn't want to answer to nobody about nothing. I was past that. And that was part of me becoming Mr. Ray. I just wanted to be in charge of everything I had my hand on. So social status is still doing well. I did Lisa Ray's 50th birthday party, my fourth season of doing Love and Hip Hop after we were in New York and that whole fight happened. And we were all over TMZ the next morning. I was on the flight to LA to go do Lisa Ray's 50th birthday. So again, I had to snap out of TV mode to get into professional mode and do that, which went over really well. Lil Kim came and it was just awesome. But
Nice.
I have a
Did,
new
did you
business
wear all white?
venture. No, it was not an all white party, but Lisa Ray did have one all white. But I
Okay,
have a new
okay.
business venture. My new business partner and I, we are purchasing a space here in LA in Hollywood, and it's going to be a retail and a workspace, possibly event space as
Hey,
well. So you guys will get to see that journey hopefully later this year. Without saying too much
yes,
on that now. So I'm just looking to. I want to make money while I'm asleep. I'm doing it now, but I want to have more. You know. So
absolutely. I'm totally here for that. Sir, did you have any questions?
I do. What do you think about? Because you mentioned that you were the first openly gay person on BET. At this point, you're really like the still like one of the only. Like, how does that like how do you? I mean, legitimately, like how do you accept that? Like, how do you manage that? Like, do you feel a pressure because of that?
I don't feel the pressure. I know a lot of times other people like the pressure doesn't ever come from me. The pressure comes from when you're going in for these interviews to, do the host these specials, be host these events and oh well this person has 1 million followers and this person has this. Well if I want to spend $500, I can have 1 million followers too. At the end of the
Ah,
day. Because at the end of the day, I've seen a lot of people pop up, be popular for 1 or 2 years, and then they're gone. Here I am 15 years later and I'm still here working. I was on a show at that era of time that was, trend setting then, and I'm on the biggest show that there is now of this time. So again, that comes, and that's not from me even bragging or being, being stuck up and rude. That just goes to show you that I work well with people. People respect me. I am respected, and and what I say has some value to it. Because otherwise, who else from 15 years ago is still working now that did reality TV other than Shay from Love and Hip Hop and New York? You see what I'm saying? Like people, there's
Right.
something there that keeps people bringing you back and keeping you in the conversation. That's why I would tell people it's better to have more positives in the conversation than negatives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
right. And I think that definitely helps people want to be next to you. They want to book you. They want to have these different relationships with you because you're easy to work with. So I think that makes a world of difference. I tell people that all the time. Like sometimes you have to be coachable. Sometimes you have to be approachable. And I think that those
Hmm.
things have to sometimes go hand in hand depending on what you're doing with your life. So
And I
yeah.
definitely want to shout out to the gentlemen that have all started with me or before me or came right after me. They're still working. Derek J still working. Miss Lauren still working. Miss J working. Karamo is doing awesome things. Like we the old school crew and we still working. So I want to see these girls, doing their thing 15 years later, how we still are. So that's just where I'm
Ooh.
at with it at the end of the day, because I know where my name is in history. So that's just that on that.
So speaking of 15 years, and then you got a new memoir coming up, and I heard that it's supposed to be like, I don't know, maybe 15 years worth of tea in it. You tell me,
It
what is
definitely.
Mess in the Message going to be about? Because I am here for it.
It drops on my birthday, April 15th. I started working on this during the pandemic. We had nothing but time. We got paid to sit at home. So I had nothing but time to just reflect, evaluate. Because 2019 was a really tough year for me. I think that was personally, it was and mentally, it was a really hard year for me. I dealt with a lot of things that I never publicly really addressed like that. And it just started to carry over into where I just needed a break. And I actually left LA. I was only going to leave LA to go away for a week just to go to see my best friend, relax. And all of a sudden, like the day after I left, the pandemic hit. So I got stuck in Atlanta. And then I got comfortable in Atlanta. Then I started living in Atlanta. And then they said, oh, time to come back to work. So I'm back here in Hollywood. But um my memoir, A Mess in the Message, there's a mess in every mess. There's a mess in every message, and there's a message in all mess. And that's just what I've learned personally from my own life, from my book starting with me being a child, and coming from these huge families, these huge black astound, these great families on both sides, having to split that time in half between two. Having to deal with some childhood things that happened to me, having to deal with, I've been gay and feminine since I was a kid. You can look at my dad's old VHS tapes and look at me, and I was so. I mean, and again, I'm an '80s baby, so that was not the tea back then.
Mhm.
So I've been gay Ray all through school. Gay Ray's doing very well right now. It just went through the transition of me knowing I was gay, acknowledging I was gay, accepting I was gay, and then being openly gay, and the whole backlash that came with that. Because again, I came out on television at a time where gay was tolerated, it wasn't celebrated. So BET didn't even say that I was gay. They said I had an alternative lifestyle. Even to the point where I was up for a show to be a host for something that was going to be on a specific network, and they told me that America was not interested in what black gay men had to say. We were only there as an accessory to women, and they
Right.
casted someone else that was not qualified to do that job.
Wow.
That's why that show got canceled. But you'll read that in the
Hey.
book. But I learned a lot of lessons from dealing with different managers, dealing with different publicists. Befriending certain people in Hollywood, taking on their demons. Just me finding myself, finding my voice. I talked in detail about my alopecia. I give a little tea about some scandals that went on some blogs, which I might have seen that y'all didn't even know I was a part of or that I was
Ooh.
witness to. But it's nothing salacious and scandalous and hurtful, but it's a different intake. I'll tell you that. And of course, I talk about love and hip hop, the situations that have happened on the show a little bit more in detail, because after that situation happened, he wasn't brought back the following season, and I pretty much was kind of sort of on the back burner, like you saw me here, 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 and then he's back. We made up off camera and whatnot, and then he's back, and you know. I talk about that in detail, with that how that took a toll on me. Because again, at that time, Love and Hip Hop was shot way different from College Hill, and I was not ready. And like I said, that first argument birthed me, because I was only supposed to be a guest on like 3 or 4 episodes, and I ended up being there the whole season. Me and Zell was the entire. Hell, we was season 4. So I talk about that and how that show took a toll on me at that point in time, and how I had to snatch that up and learn how to utilize this platform. And just some lessons I've learned in life in Hollywood, and people that want to come out here and want to be themselves and find themselves. So it's a good read, though. It's a good read.
I'm sure it is. So listen, are we the first platform that you are talking about this book on?
This is the first platform I'm going into detail about. I've only said the name. I've never talked about what's in it. I'm actually still in the process of adding some pictures and things. There'll be some pictures in there, things y'all haven't seen. I hope everybody and my family and my friends also talk to me after they read this, because there's probably some things in there. There's some things in there that I'm pretty sure that that I have never really talked to them about, but it's nothing embarrassing and nothing like they're going to shun me
But it's
away. But
your truth. It's your
I'm an
truth.
adult. I'm an adult, and you don't tell your parents
Right.
everything. But I feel
Not
like
at all.
somebody can learn something from my mess. There's a message in my mess.
So
Nice.
what are you hoping that like just it ultimately like what is your like if someone picks up the book and reads it, what are you hoping to take away from it immediately?
That I was a black boy that was interrupted and got back on track.
Come on, interrupted.
Ooh,
I was
oh,
interrupted. I mean, I live in the heart of Hollywood. I live in, my dad always asked me, why did you pick to be in entertainment? That's the most unstable. And, I get that conversation all the time. Like her Wendy Williams movie, her dad was like, come home, get a regular job. I get that conversation like twice a year. Like, come home, get a job. I'm like, I have a job.
right. And I think that that's one thing is that people don't understand, like, it's usually the people are senior, that don't understand the whole entertainment part of it, media part of it. I didn't open a radio station, just for fun. I wanted to be able to deliver content to people who look like me and deliver it the way that I wanted to deliver it and not have any restrictions. So, I think that you delivering your book and talking about the things that are important to you, your own truth, I think that that's going to be super, super important for people to hear. And too, I'm sure it'll be inspiring. And I think that that's probably, like the best thing about it. Are you going to, I don't know, when COVID, calms down, or are you getting this vaccine? I don't know. But are you going to do a book tour?
I want to definitely do. Well, I'm dropping on my birthday, so the pre-sale link will be out very soon. Of course, I'm dropping it officially on my birthday. Oh, I almost told some tea. Wait a minute. Yes, I will be going out on the road to promote my memoir because I'm also releasing a board game this year. Finally, it's been 3 years in the making.
Is
I've been
that the Yardopoly?
Yardopoly, but officially now it's called Yard U because it's basically this is the yard. This is all the yards united. This is uniting all HBCU alumni, friends, and supporters. Your Yard U means Yard United. This is our game for us.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm
So
here
I'm
for
gonna
it.
be out
I
there. I'm gonna
actually,
be out there.
girl,
So
I actually had that question.
I need the link for
I
that
had,
book. I need all of those things in my life.
If you see the men that are on my Instagram, those men I talk about in the book as well. Because trust me, ain't no
ooh,
man shown on my Instagram for fun.
oh, yeah, and they're so fine too. Shout out to these fine ass gay men. You know what I mean? I'm here for it.
Shout out to the black gay men that are comfortable in loving a nice thick man. But I done lost that
Yes.
weight now, child.
Hey,
So
you over here skinny? I see you. Wait, turn to the side.
you know. I'm like,
Where'd you go?
look,
Where'd you see you?
ah.
Can't even see you.
Oh, girl.
Well, listen,
Now I don't want
I
to
am
get too skinny because when you get too skinny, folks start assuming things.
And your
see.
hair start looking big. Well, at least for me. When I get too skinny, my head look too big. So I gotta stay a little thick. Gotta thick thighs save
I
lives.
don't want to lose too much weight because I still got a little bit of boob. And when you lose weight, people that lose weight, they stuff be going way there. I don't want to look like I've been
You don't look
stretched
like
out
you
like
melted,
Play-Doh. I
right?
don't
You
want
don't
to
look
look
like
like
you
Play-Doh.
melted Play-Doh. No, no,
I
no,
don't want to
sir.
look
Not
like that.
today.
And that's
No,
why
we don't
I
need
gotta
that
learn
in
how
our
to eat
lives.
right and turn and work out and eat my salmon and my rice cakes. So
Nice, nice. Well, listen, I appreciate you like taking the time to hang out with me today. I'm excited to see your face. Soon. I'm sure you'll be here in Vegas soon, or
I plan
if
on
I have.
coming to Vegas for my birthday. I don't care what has started, what has commenced. I'm coming to Vegas for my birthday, okay? Because I couldn't make
Period.
my birthday last year because of COVID, so I'm turning up this year.
Right. Well, come over, stop by the station, and you turn up with us, and then we can
I
talk about,
definitely will.
some more juicy stuff in your book. Feel free to send some of those books our way, so you know what I
I
mean.
sure will.
We can go ahead and do some giveaways for you. But I am excited
Thank
for you.
you.
I think that you got so much greatness in you, and I can't. I just want people to know, just more intimately about who you are. And I'm excited, for the book. So
Thank
I
you
can't
so
wait.
much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me. And I love Vegas. Vegas. Whenever I come to Vegas, y'all come out and party with me. So I love
Hey,
Vegas.
hey, we'll even make it happen for you. We got you.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you, Ray. We love you much, and we appreciate you stopping by Hot 7025. Before you go, you have to tell us the hottest station on the planet is Hot 7025. So I need you to tell us.
The hottest station on the planet, but they out of Vegas. It's Hot 107.5.
Hot 702. You got to do it again. You got to do it again. Hot
What did I
7.
say?
You said
702.
107.5.
So look at the bottom of the screen there. So Hot 702.5.
Why did I say 704? 702.5. Okay, listen. Okay, seriously, is this live? Yeah, this is live. Okay, so y'all can edit this how you want it, but the hottest radio station is 702.5.
Hey,
Let me do it the right way. Let me do it professionally. The hottest station on the planet, Hot 107. I said 107. 702.
He owes us $20 every time.
Tequila. I had some tequila. I'm sorry.
It is Taco Tuesday. I heard you say tequila.
Wait a minute. I'm in grad school. Okay, I got a class before I came here. Wait a minute. 702.5. Everybody, the hottest station on the planet is Hot 702.5.
Hey.
702.5.
702.4.
Period. We got you. Thank you again, Mr. Ray.
Thank you.
Thank you
for
guys. I
coming
appreciate
through.
you guys.
Enjoy Taco Tuesday.
I will. I'm enjoying the rest of this tequila now.
Me too.
All right. Turn up.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, sir. You in this thing?
Jesus. Be offended.
See, you know what? We have some technical difficulties, but you back in the game. So do you have some shady ass tea that you want to share before we sign off?
Other than Wendy Williams saying she fucked Method Man on a one night stand. No.
Oh, I do. She for sure did that. That for sure happened. Hell yeah. I mean, did you see?
His wife said she the most miserable bitch on the planet.
I mean, I think that when you get into a position where you are a blogger, you are the spiller of tea, and you open that door for us, like people, Black and able to share content that everybody wants to hear, but nobody wants to say. I think that you become, people just don't like you because you spilling tea, and it is what it is. It comes with the territory. So what do you do?
I don't know what you do, but I'm just.
But she smashed.
She said she smoked a blunt, gave him a bath. I said, not a bath.
Why not? She seems like she's very, very much a nurturing person.
Yeah, listen. The wife say it didn't happen. He say it didn't happen. Deny.
Did you watch Did you watch her docu and her biop?
I did not watch it.
Okay, goodbye. This is over. This whole show over.
Why?
No, but seriously, you have to watch it. It was actually very good, and I appreciated some information that she shared, and being a little bit vulnerable. She still kept a little bit of information to herself. And then too, she talked about how Eric B was her boyfriend, and
Eric B like Rakim, like that Eric B.
Eric B was her boyfriend for a while. She got pregnant by him, had an abortion, and he used her. She used her credit card to rent him a vehicle, and
did he crash?
And he didn't return it.
The car.
Ruined her credit.
That's why you don't rent people cars. That's exactly why you don't rent people cars.
Listen, the thing is that I think that the things that she said are true. People don't want to hear it because, and then too, Wendy didn't always look like the Wendy that she, looks like now. And she addresses why she has self-esteem issues. She addresses it in her docu and in the biopic. And I think you got to watch it. We should revisit that next week.
Absolutely. I'm happy to. I will watch the biopic. I'll watch the documentary, and I will have insight on it next week for Wendy Williams.
For sure. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody that was listening live with us. Shout out to Mr. Ray for hanging out and answering some, shady ass questions, and then also too talking about his memoir, Mess in the Message. So I'm excited to hear that. And he's committed to coming back here to Vegas. So he's going to turn up, and we definitely will have him in studio with us. So thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget, follow me on Instagram at eCarice and follow Hot 7025 FM. Sir, you got anything to say to the people before we sign out?
Thank y'all for being patient with me tonight, y'all. I'm sorry.
Well, listen, thank you so much for tuning in to Risky Radio with eCarice. See you on Tuesday.
So